Hi everybody, this is Dan Talk Sense, and today I'm going to do a review of a fragrance called Instant Crush by the House of Mancera. I've been sent a decant in the post and I'm really excited about smelling this one. What I'm going to do in today's review is I'm going to do a bit of a log, a bit of a diary about how it progresses through the day. I'll be doing my first impressions as I open it up for the first time. And I'll also make a conclusion at the end on whether I think that I will buy it and whether I think that you should go out and buy the fragrance as well. So if you want to know more about Instant Crush by Mancera, please stay tuned. So I'm part of a fragrance group. I've mentioned it quite a few times on Facebook. It's called Fragcom UK, and every day somebody will put on a list of decants they have, and I look through the list and I see if there's any fragrances on that I've wanted to smell for a long time. They do like even as small as 1 ml on there, and I picked up this decant of Instant Crush for about £4 or £5. It's not much, probably like 3 mils or something, but that's enough for me to get an idea of what the fragrance smells like. So I'll just open it up and then get the decant out. Well wrapped as well, which is great. And this is when you start panicking, when you do a bit of an unopening, because sometimes you think that it'll take you forever to get it out, but it should be all right. I don't think it will be too bad. Here we go. So now I've wanted to smell this for a long time because I've heard that I'm part of a group called Fragcom Bangladesh, and on that group they're really good, enthusiastic members. A number of them on that page have raved about Instant Crush and said that it's a beast of a fragrance, it lasts all day. I don't know what the notes are, I haven't really looked into them, but from the title I'd imagine it's bright and a summer fragrance. So Instant Crush, what my first thoughts that came into my head would be a juicy fragrance. I just felt like I thought of like a crush of a fruit or something. Do you remember the wrestler Crush from WWF? That's what come into my mind for some reason. But I'll see how we get on. So I'll tell you what, on the opening that is really, really good. I'm really liking it already. It's very sweet and very fruity. What I'm getting at the top is a nice, beautiful, juicy, like maybe like a zesty lemon, orange as well. But very sweet. I mean, it's not like when you Mancera Cedar Boise. It's not like that where it's got the fresh orange. It's like you got the sweetness, like a sugary sweetness with it. But really, really good. I think I'm going to really like this one already. The opening of this is absolutely beautiful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spray my my neck as well. But quite excited about this one. So I'll let you know throughout the day how it's progressing, what it smells like, and make a conclusion again. But so far so good. This smells like a really good fragrance by Mancera. So I'll speak to you all very soon. Right guys, I've been wearing Instant Crush now for about 2 to 3 hours. I haven't brought my microphone, so I do apologise if the sound isn't great, but this is a beast of a projector. I'm smelling it around me, massive scent bubble. The weather in the UK is now gone really hot, and today I'm going to go to the pub for the first time in 4 months, so I'm really excited. and it's that good of a fragrance that I'm not even sure whether I'm going to top up, when usually I would always top up my fragrance before a night out. I might take the decant just in case, but so far what absolute brilliant fragrance. I can get the comparisons with Baccarat Rouge definitely, because that sort of burnt candy sort of vibe, but this hasn't got the smokiness, I don't think, of that. It takes the fragrance into another twist for fragrance of its own. So I'll make a conclusion when I go back into the house and let you know what I think. But yeah, superb fragrance so far. I've learnt two things today. One, Aldi do brilliant pasta pots, because I just ate one and I didn't know they did them. And two, that Mancera do fantastic fragrances. Well, in my experience so far anyway. Now, I've tried Cedroit Boisé, I've tried Montal Intense Cafe. We know that Montal and Mancera are under the same sort of business. And today I tried Instant Crush, and for me it is an exceptional fragrance. So in Fragcom you can be sort of brainwashed sometimes into thinking that a fragrance is magnificent because you've got all these fragrance reviewers saying it constantly, okay? This is a case of being in a frag community, in a Fragcom Bangladesh, really good honest members, and all of these members, I've heard so many times, they've said that this is a fragrance you should buy. It will be a perfect summer fragrance. It's beastly performer. Constantly seeing it, and that convinced me to go out and buy it. And now I bought it, I totally agree with all those members of Fragcom Bangladesh. So before I reviewed it, I looked at Fragrantica. I don't usually do that, but because I'd heard so much about it, I just wanted to see what it said on Fragrantica. And it got really good ratings. Beastly performance and projection was rated by the people on Fragrantica. What I also do is look at what people compare the fragrance to, and people compared it to Baccarat Rouge. Now, I've tried a decant of Baccarat Rouge before. I think that it's a beautiful fragrance, but it is not as mass appealing as some people might think. When I wore Baccarat Rouge, one person actually said that I smelled like when you leave the iron on a shirt too long and you get that bit of a burn smell. But the sweetness as well if you've just washed the shirt. And it's not exactly the comment you want to hear, but I could get those comparisons. What this does is it takes that Baccarat Rouge DNA but in a different direction. So with this one you've got that beautiful orange at the top. I picked up citrus in it as well. But one thing that I picked up on is that it has some similarities to La Mal. And what by that what I mean is it's got this absolutely beautiful vanilla that comes into the base, and I was constantly smelling my wrist and smelling this bubble around me and really enjoying it. I was so pleased that I put it on today. I think that if you do like La Mal as much as I do, you will appreciate this because it's got that lovely sweetness, lovely vanilla. If I was to compare it to what I did think actually is that you've got this La Mal Le Parfum, and I've already said how excited I am about that coming out. I would say this is how I anticipate La Mal Le Parfum will smell similar to. So you've got that vanilla of the original, but you've got some spiciness in this fragrance, which I think that La Mal Le Parfum will have because it's got cardamom in it. You can definitely pick up some spiciness in this fragrance. So what you have, the main prominent notes in this one are this absolutely beautiful vanilla that's in the base. You also have this lovely citrus element at the top. And you do have, to my nose, some nice spiciness that comes into the fragrance. In terms of projection, this is one of the best fragrances I've worn in terms of projection. I put it up there with Spice Bomb Extreme, where you just know you got that big scent bubble around you. You just feel empowered. It's a really good feeling when you know that you got this big scent bubble around you. But having a big scent bubble and projection is not always a good thing if the fragrance doesn't smell good. But to my nose, I think this is an absolutely beautiful fragrance. In terms of performance, I think it is well above average because I put it on this morning and now I've been wearing the fragrance for a good 4 to 5 hours and it is still the same. And as I said just when I was walking back from the shops, usually when I plan to go on a night out, I'll wear a daytime fragrance, and then I'll have a bath and then go and put on another fragrance. This is so powerful that I think if you put on another fragrance, it'll be like layering. It'll be one of those fragrances that even if you have a shower and a bath, you can still smell it on your skin. It is absolutely exceptional in my opinion. You know, some people will say that Mancera Montel fragrances have a real synthetic feel to them, but for me, I haven't picked up that synthetic feel when I put it on. To me, I just pick up an absolutely wonderful fragrance. I think that majority of people, you know, in the frag community, we analyse fragrances on their quality, and some of us appreciate a fragrance like a bottle of wine, the real quality to it, the real quality to the blending. But I think if you're just a person that wants to get compliments and wants to smell good, and you just bypass all that side of it, this is a fragrance you should go out and get. I think that I wouldn't pay, you know, usually I say don't pay full retail price, but it's that good. It's one of those fragrances where I'm really impressed with it, and I probably would just go and pay the full price for it, and I'll put that on the screen. I'll try and find the cheapest price I can find on the internet, and I'll put it on the screen to show you. But I've just noticed that in Fragcom UK Facebook page that somebody was selling, I'd say 90% full bottle for around £70, which I thought sounded like a real good deal. But because I knew I was getting the decant in the post, I thought I'd wait, hold fire first, and then I might go in there and buy that full bottle. But it might have been sold by now. I haven't checked today. Usually when you get good deals like that, these bottles go really fast on that Fragcom page. But absolutely brilliant fragrance, beautiful for the summer. You know, it says it's a unisex fragrance. It's one of those fragrances that when you wear it, there'll be times when you smell it and you think, oh, this smells too feminine, and it's got that perfume element to it, and you think, oh, I'm not sure this will work, but then it will bring in the spiciness to it, and you'll be like, no, this is perfect unisex fragrance that can be worn by either gender. But I would say, yeah, really, really good fragrance. And this is a case where believing the hype has actually benefited me. I don't think I would have been aware of how good this fragrance was if it wasn't for people on Fragcom page saying that they had really good experience of it. Fragcom Bangladesh, a number of these members are in an extremely humid country, and this fragrance is actually performing in those climates. In the UK today, I'd say it's about pushing on to 1920, and it was performing brilliantly in this climate. So for me, I'd give this fragrance a 9 out of 10. I really would, and I don't often put it close to 10. I'm not sure if I've got a 10 out of 10 fragrance yet. I don't believe that we should give something a 10 out of 10, because I think there might be another fragrance that comes along that actually exceeds your you know, your enjoyment or your view of what a fragrance should be. So the highest I've given a fragrance, I think, so far has been 9 out of 10. But for me, yeah, this is definitely a 9, because it ticks all the boxes. It's a beautiful smell. The first hour, you'll find yourself constantly sniffing your wrist or whatever you sprayed. Performance is well above average. Projection is well above average. It's at a price point where it's not too extreme in price, where, you know, you've got £300 fragrances in the world, and I think that is over the top. I personally wouldn't pay more than £100 for a fragrance. That's just my opinion. That's just how I roll, and I'm sure there's people that don't mind spending more than that. I just can't justify paying more than £100 on a fragrance when I've smelt high-end designer fragrances that are under £100, which I think are absolutely fantastic and really reliable and superb. So yeah, I might get smashed for this by some people that say, oh, it's a synthetic mess, but whatever, but this is my opinion. I'm sticking to it. I think this is absolutely brilliant fragrance. I'm really enjoying this journey so far. Really good members of Fragcom that help you out and send you decants in the post, and sometimes even pay the postage. Just really good, really enjoying it. And just to give you some information, I'm renovating my kitchen at the moment, so I hope to shoot some videos with the kitchen in the background, because I think it might freshen it up rather than just me sitting on my couch. And I've just broken up for 6 weeks, so hopefully I'm going to get a lot more content out and more frequent as well. I wouldn't say daily, but maybe every 2 days I'll get a video out. I've got so many decants that I've got ready to line up to review. A mixture of designer, niche and cheap ones, and just really enjoyable. And I just hope that I'm helping you all out there in finding these fragrances for cheap, niche ones, and I do hope I'm a help to you all, and I hope you enjoy my content out there. So thank you all very much for listening. Really buzzing. I know that sometimes I say I'm excited and I keep a poker face. I was thinking this when I was walking home. Should I actually smile at the camera and say I'm buzzing, because I absolutely am. Number of reasons. One, we're getting back to normality. Around Telford today, I was going around Southwater, people sitting outside drinking, and really good positive spirits, and I've just smelt an exceptional summer fragrance which I am going to wear tonight from a night out. Fragrances make you happy, they make you feel empowered, you know, they give you that real confidence boost, and this is going to be one of them. So thank you all for listening. Thank you all for everybody that's subscribed so far. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll have plenty more content like this coming up. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll speak to you all very soon.